Hello and welcome to Fatecaster.
Yes!
And a very sad episode of
to
Shadows
say
of
the
Stravia.
least.
Yeah.
Before we encountered an unexpected death of one of our own, House Skorn.
Yeah.
The party previously were in the midst of an assassination attempt by the Sunlit Path, targeting Zephyra's grandmother, House Skorn, an intense battle, and with many entities, honestly, above the player's pay grade. And as a result,
Stronger than us.
they left with some important documents, potentially some subterfuge, and were saved by Ysolde stepping in at the right time to prevent our very own Nyx from being captured by those rebels of the Sunlit Path. And so we pick up in the midst of that chaos. We still have Requiem and House Skorn making death saving throws once we start. So with that, please join us as we descend into darkness.
It's so dark where I'm at.
So dead. So dead. Aw.
Last echoes of wings fade into the golden light streaming through the shattered ceiling. Smoke clings to the air like a veil, heavy with the stink of burnt oil and scorched flesh. The wood is cracked and blood-streaked, littered with glass, paper, and the smoldering remains of once opulent furniture. Silence settles, but it doesn't last long. Ysolde strides forward, cloak torn, twin daggers vanishing into the spots on his belt. He reaches the party, and it's like where he was completely still, suddenly his chest is heaving from exertion, eyes scanning each of you with sharp urgency. Zephyra. Where is she?
Just going to look in that area, and then I'm just going to start running in that area too.
He runs off towards that area. Requiem, I need you to give me a death saving throw.
$13.
Nice.
Let's discuss. Zephyra, please roll for your grandmother, Aurelia.
Oh, jeez. Two.
Oh, that's a failure.
How many death saves
I didn't mean to do that again. Ignore that.
is that her first failed death save, or does she have multiple?
It's her first failure.
Okay.
That would have been more.
He's there at your side, looking down at the scene. All three of you, like, still smoldering in the remnants of this holy fire. Goes, pats you out. From his pouch, will produce a healing potion. Pour it into your mouth, Requiem. You're come to as he's slicing your hand. Well, he might have done, he doesn't want,
What the?
does not do damage. He's slicing your hand. And I'm sorry, I need this.
I have it on me.
He will look down, grab that as well. But from your hand,
Take it off.
there's like the dark, your blood as it comes out is like evaporating into smoke. And he captures it in this bottle, takes the vial from you, rushes to
The other hand?
Virelia and Zephyra's side, and will kneel before them. He see, like, quickly from his pouch, some like dark herbs. You see black salt. He's crushing something, like hastily constructing this concoction. I need another death saving throw for Aurelia.
Aurelia.
If you roll a natural 1 on this, Aurelia is dead.
Do I have to use that, or can I do this?
D20.
It's just not added?
220.
No,
Okay.
you don't add anything. You just roll the
Don't
D20.
roll a 1.
Come on. 12.
Oh, thank God.
The blood from the vial around your neck glows faintly violet as it mixes, and then he adds your smoky blood into it. Requiem. In this moment, you feel no anchor. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
16.
Okay.
Wait, wisdom saving?
Saving.
Plus
14.
20.
20.
Wisdom. What are
Yeah,
you
you
doing
get
in
plus.
this?
No, I
You're
don't know.
a
I can't
ranger.
think right now.
Dirty 20.
This thing in your chest that for the majority of the time, I think it's become like breathing. You don't even notice it until you need it, but it's gone. And you see your form is like flickering. And I think as the rest of you rush and approach this area, you see Requiem maybe like sitting, coming to her knees, but her form is like smoke and emitting from your throat, just not of your willing, is like a banshee's wail, is like emitting from you as everything in your power is being devoted to not losing your mind to your wraith nature, to the pull of the ethereal, as you are currently anchorless. Isolde's concoction pours the vial in Virilia's mouth, says, "Don't you dare." He tilts her head gently, pressing the contents into her lips. "Not today, Lady Skorn. You don't get to leave her too." The mixture seeps into her mouth. Virilia's body shudders once, twice, and then stills. For a breathless moment, nothing happens. And her hand twitches. The faintest hiss escapes her throat. Her eyes flutter open, dim, unfocused, but alive. Isolde exhales sharply, dropping to his forehead and hers in silent relief. And she looks up at Isolde. "Sapphira." He looks over, shakes his head. Virilia closes her eyes, and then a faint, sardonic smile curls her lips, and "At least it wasn't time." And you see black mist encompasses her. Like her body is smoldering, reminiscent to the holy oil you saw poured over her, but this, a necrotic smoke as the spirit of Virilia Skorn is leaving her. And you see it like a vacuum being funneled into a pendant at Zalfira's neck.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
It's like a sacrifice.
I talked about this with a little bit, but is my above board, I promise you, for the amount of notes that I have for what Virilia had planned for this campaign, this was not my intention. But like is what she did as a high-ranking, very powerful noble, made efforts to protect her granddaughter in the midst of a dangerous world. Zalfira, I'm going to read to you the description of the artifact level magic item that
Pendant.
was just recently placed on you. Never really- This pendant is exquisitely crafted from platinum, shaped into a slender teardrop that rests lightly against the chest. Its surface bears the house crest of Skorn, twin snakes encircling a rose, etched so finely that it seems to shimmer even in shadow. It hangs from a delicate chain of the same metal, cool to the touch and impossibly light. Despite its understated beauty, there's a weight to it that isn't physical. A faint warmth lingers against your perpetually cool skin as you wear it, as though some presence within is gently watching over you. When held, it hums faintly, like a breath drawn and never released. The magic within resists identification. Divination spells falter, yielding only the sense of a deep, abiding love. A whisper of something ancient, protective, and maternal. Not just magic, but sacrifice. This item was gifted to you by your grandmother, Countess House Skorn, with only one instruction. Do not ask what it does, just wear it. Never take it off. And you all see this dark smoke enter the pendant. And you see the platinum veneer of this pendant disappears. And beneath lies a large diamond. And this diamond is evaporated, turned to dust as the pendant, just a chain now with a tiny little pommel where the pendant was once laid. Zephyra, you awaken. Life in your eyes. Breath entering your lungs. Your slow, barely even beating heart pumps once, twice. Isolde, next to you, holds Virilia's head and then lays it to the ground and shuts her eyes. As you awake to consciousness, you find that the spirit of Virilia Skorn has left. And completely unprepared for, you are the Countess of Saloka. Like I said, this is D&D. I did not anticipate this.
Shit.
But this is what I said. So, Requiem, once that happens, your anchor returns.
I thought he said anger the first
Your
time.
presence, once
Anchored.
again, anchored to the physical
I thought he said anger
realm
too.
Anchored.
before you of Slavoka.
I'm just going to
Eyes.
stare at Zephyra.
Touch my neck, realizing the pendant's gone and trying to wrap my head around what just happened. I see Isolde.
Isolde will go to your side. Are you okay?
That's a loaded ass question. No. Not.
He stands, turns. You see a flash of motion as, like the handful of assassins who are standing up from rubble. Isolde is there, slices throats, drops them to the floor.
Comes back.
Lena is about to get killed.
I would like to stop him and walk over and just grab her by the leg and
Okay.
drag her.
One for questioning, then.
Yes, please. This is the one that got away.
He turns and regards Eldrick Thorn and Celine Blackheart in this moment. Stares at Eldrick. Wordless. You see Eldrick's hand goes to his pommel. Soul said, "Where the fuck were you?"
As I'm walking by, I would like to go behind him and be like, they did nothing. As I'm dragging her back.
Eldrick looks at Isolde, matching his gaze. Isolde looks at you, Truggle. This isn't over, Thorn. And Eldrick will turn. Celine will say, I think we should go. Family moment. Now? Perhaps? And they will turn to leave.
Hmm.
I think I'm over by you guys, and I just kind of kneel down next to where you are, and I just place a hand on one of each of you, and I just bow my head, and I say, nothing. Yeah.
I would like to give the book that Eldrick let get away and be like, just tell him what Eldrick did.
You sold?
Yeah, and just hand him the book.
You see a tense moment passes here between Celine and Ysold. Ysold. Forgotten gains. And Celine will... You're the only one who sees this. Give me an insight check.
Insight, let's see. It's going to be a 14.
14. I think you expect Celine to be more angry at letting Ysold take her logbook than she is. She's not angry enough. But she will nod at Ysold and they leave. Any other actions you guys take in this moment?
I'll walk over to Nyx and just be like, tie her up and drop the rogue at like his feet.
Is she unconscious still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guys
zero
might
hit
need
points
to
or what-
heal her so that she doesn't die.
Like,
You're at
She
one
already
hit point.
got all of her saving throws. So
Oh, she
she's,
did?
Yep,
Oh, okay. I thought
she's
she
back
still
on.
She's stable
She's
at
just
0 hit
unconscious.
Stable at 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I will start applying manacles, but I'm not looking at what I'm doing. I'm just keeping my eyes on you guys. Like, if I look away, it won't be real anymore that you're back. Yeah.
Amid the wreckage and flickering cinders, a low groan echoes from the far side of the hall near a collapsed column and a heap of broken stone where Saren was last seen fallen. The dust has just begun to settle, and there, beneath a jagged edge of scorched masonry, you catch a glimpse of movement. A hand, gauntleted, bloody, twitches once, twice, and then some of that rubble pushes free. You see Saren, like his upper waist, his armor cracked along the breastplate where that spear of moonlight struck true. His cloak is torn, crimson threads dangling like entrails. He has long blistering burns and blackened gashes still sizzling faintly. And he is attempting to pull himself free from the rubble.
I'm going to walk over to him and attempt to help him, or at least get close enough to see if he lets me help him.
And whatever you do, I'm just following you around trying to
Yeah.
help.
I'll follow along.
But I'm very stoic, like not being present. I just see him struggling, so I'm going to help him, but I haven't said anything to anybody other than my uncle, and I'm very like...
He will begin to emerge from the rubble, accept your extended hand. Says, "Let me touch the ribs, I'll gut you."
I'll try my best not to.
And with your help, prise back this broken stone. Saren winces as he's pulled free, armor bent, body bruised. You see blood is pouring from a deep gash across his abdomen, and his hand clamps over, but too much blood to stop. He forces himself to stand, leaning slightly against you.
I was going to say I would assist, but like not make it awkward so he doesn't feel weird that he has to use me, but...
Took longer to fall than it did to climb. Aurelia?
No. She's gone.
He pulls a black iron flask from a belt loop, uncorks it, and pours a bitter-smelling red liquid into his mouth. It hisses on contact with his tongue, steam rising from his skin as his wounds begin to close slowly and imperfectly. He winces, tosses the empty flask to the side. Another pair, several scars, new scars to adorn Saren Redhammer. Thank you.
Don't mention it. You fought well.
Where are the bodies?
Well, wait, which bodies are you referring to?
The rebel bastards.
Well, some are still around. Some got away, actually. It sounds like Isolde got here right in time, or else none of us would still be here.
You see he forced exhale of having to accept that. And he nods and, wincing and limping, will get back to work and begins to start collecting the bodies of the rebels.
I'm going to hand you my other health potion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And just that.
While they're all working around, I'm just staring off into oblivion of the chaos around.
Now that things are settling down, I'd like to go sit myself directly in front of the, like just staring at her, waiting for her to wake up.
To the hostage.
In front of the hostage?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
7 points.
Thank you so
feeling.
much. I'm kind of rough right now, but I'm not going to be saying anything to anyone. I don't even want to be making eye contact with anyone right now, but do I feel like there's a source, that life that I felt in this place that I was feeling? Do I feel like there's a source that I'm drawn to that? Because outside the garden, you said that there's life, there's green that grows here. So am I finding that there's a...
Are you asking about your anchor?
No, not that part. I'm not touching that yet, but I'm asking about the, I want to go outside and see if I can find the source or find out why there's so much life here. That feeling that I had when the rangers
you
fighting
walk
me.
outside. From initially, I will tell you the obvious is that there is life here physically in this space. There's green, rolling,
Right.
grassy hills. There are orchards of fruit-bearing trees, alive, barren in this season, but as expected, they will grow fruit come spring and will ripen in summer. There are Virilia's well-manicured and well-contained gardens that she cares for immensely. I will ask for a nature or a religion check.
I will do a... Really? I have nothing in nature? Do a religion check.
I probably wouldn't have let you go out there alone, especially if some of them escaped outside.
Oh,
So I can be out there and I'd like to give you the help action.
What does that do?
You can roll with
Advantage.
advantage.
Thank you, because that was not a good roll.
I was waiting to see what direction she's walking and
Thank
whether
you.
or not it's towards the labyrinth.
From 8 to 10. 10.
10 total?
Mm-hmm.
What did you roll? Nature or religion?
Religion.
10 isn't great,
Mm-mm.
but it's not terrible. Perfectly average. I will give you the obvious here in that the thing that is perhaps unique about this space is that there is no sign of the faceless God here.
Interesting.
Do you tell me that?
I don't know
No,
if you-
I'm not speaking at the moment.
And I think like there's a unique juxtaposition that Nyx is there helping you. I
Yeah.
think you have that revelation and like you look down at Nyx's feet and you see the grass at his feet just slowly begin to wither.
Wow. That's
You don't tell
interesting.
me, but
No.
so I don't notice.
Mm-mm.
I'm just being helpful.
You are being helpful.
That's crazy.
So many secrets of our different characters.
I just like write this note, but I don't know.
But I don't know.
That's all I put underneath it.
Yes.
I don't know.
But I don't know.
Jeez.
I'm going to start like kind of, I guess, walking back in. I want to leave this area. Like I want to go away. And I'm going to kind of stealth away so that no one can see me do it. Like I don't want people to notice. I'm going to leave.
So Nyx is right next to you. You wordlessly
Yeah,
leave.
I'm in like this fierce protection mode right now.
Well, I'll notice
like
because I'm like, I move
Yeah.
and he moves and I'm like, okay. So I'm
Yeah.
going to start walking back in and see if like walking by Sophia will kind of like have you turn your attention
very possibly
towards her.
could. It probably would. Honestly, it
yeah.
probably would.
And then I just want to kind of sneak away. I'm going to leave.
Give me a stealth check.
Can I make
Please
a
be
perception
better.
check?
Sure.
I'll do
Please
it
be
at
better.
disadvantage since
23.
you walked me past her. Oh, I was cocked. First one is the highest I could have gotten was a 21 on that.
Okay, 23.
some things are happening here simultaneously. Isolde will lift up Virilia's body and go to take her upstairs to her bedchamber. Does anyone follow him?
I do.
Then, by proxy, I probably would be following you.
I'll stay with them by grabbing the hostage and taking her with me, or maybe just standing outside of the room like she's not worthy enough
With
to
her?
go inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As we're walking up then, kind of side by side, I'm going to use my awakened mind to create a telepathic link between us.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say, I know you heard about what that man said. Allow me to explain over a beer.
Sounds good to me.
That'll be it.
I know we all have secrets.
I don't mind sharing mine with someone I trust.
Thank you.
In Virilia Skorn's bedroom. Downstairs, as you came up there, the fires were extinguished. Some of the rubble began to be cleared. Some servants beginning to do so. At last, the manor is quiet. In Virilia Skorn's bedroom, save for the soft crackling of a low burning hearth. The body of Virilia Skorn rests beneath heavy velvet curtains that Isolde ripped from the wall, the window, sunlight pouring in and burning his skin, and he doesn't flinch. Lays Virilia on the bed, takes the curtains down, covers her body with it, and she now rests, cocoon in these silk and shadows. He'll stand in this bedroom and regard you, Zephyra. He's not smiling. He's not posturing. I'm sorry. I got your message. That's why I'm here, but too late. He runs a hand through his hair, smeared with soot. I told myself that I could keep you safe, that I could keep this manageable, strategic. But I underestimated them. I'm sorry, even after you warned me. He doesn't look at you. He's staring into the hearth. The last of the flames flicker orange over his face. Assuming you know now, your great uncle, my uncle, Vicar Theron Valen, has been slain by Sunlit Path assassins.
Yep, I put that together as soon as Grandma told me that's where you were.
Yeah. You're looking at the new head of House Valen. Seat on the court and everything.
What is their game? So,
Destruction, it seems. Our destruction, as they are hell-bent on it.
does that mean you will be gone more?
Yes. I can, your grandmother was on the council and still stationed in Slavoka, so I don't need to relocate, but certainly, meetings endless. But I dare say the same now lies on you, dear.
Yep, that was my next question. How does this work? What do I do? This was not supposed to happen this way.
What we saw today was not an act of desperation. This was planned, coordinated. I struck at Virilia and I made it look like maybe it was because of Celine, but they knew where her papers were. They knew the timing, the faces, the weaknesses. You're all here, right?
I'm outside with
You're
the
outside.
hostage.
You're outside the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nixie, are you there?
I would be probably just inside to make sure that I just have eyes on Z. But feels also kind of like a family moment, so I'd be giving them their space. I just would keep eyes.
So I was like, I don't know if you guys would have noticed, other than hearing him say it, that I literally just got power shifted to me. So as soon as she died. So you might know if you know political.
Yeah, I know political stuff.
Enough.
I think
I
part of
probably don't. I don't think that's my focus right now anyways.
Nix, Tragu, would you join us, please?
I'll step out and I'll just adjust the manacles so it goes around something. And then, I'll step in.
Where's Requiem?
I look
I'm going to make a
around.
perception check. 18, but she's not there.
It wouldn't even matter. That's
Well,
gonna be
We'll have to get eyes on her, hopefully.
up 6.
She's doing okay. There was something strange there in her form. I'd like to ask you all what you think we should do next.
You're asking us?
He points outside the window and he gestures his hand, and you see his hand goes into sun, like, and part of it burns, smoke rising to the city beyond. Some wheels are already turning. The Inquisition arrives by dawn. High Inquisitor Seraph Thrin. She won't ask, she'll take your investigation. And with her will be General Valtor Blackheart and the standing Stravian army. Surely Captain Saren too at her side once Seraph names him local Blood Cloak support, which I'm sure she will. This will become war. Every act of rebellion, every whisper of dissent will be treated as heresy. No trial, no leniency. She already considers Lenora too soft, considers all of our work as failure. That Silvoka is a sinking ship that must be bailed out by the mighty powers of Alola. You'll be asked to hand over your findings, your suspects, your leads to her. And I won't command you, but I suggest you comply. This is yours as much as anyone's, but should you stay in and keep digging, we just saw what happened today. I fear this is beyond you, to be frank.
I tend to agree. We're not fighting a battle on one front. Battle is coming from within. Blackheart has come to clean up on something they already knew what was going to happen. They're leveraging, striking up these rebels towards their cause. But they're getting help. They're always one step ahead, prepared, because they want this to happen. They've been planning for this. We're on our back foot. If we play into their game, then we know the outcome. It's going to be exactly like they already planned. We have to do something unexpected.
I say we interrogate our captive before we give her up. Find out what she knows.
She was willing to die for her cause. What makes you think she's going to give us anything?
I can detect her thoughts. Maybe she doesn't have to say anything. Just have to ask the right questions, and I need to listen.
A little intimidation never hurts either.
You're right.
I'd rather not to do an interrogation with the former countess in the same room, though.
I agree.
She was a great woman. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you, Nixie.
I'll just give you a slight bow.
Why did Celine and Eldrick stand there and do nothing but assist this cause? How deep does this go? How much of this nation knows and is connected to this?
As much as I fault him in his defense, the last time Eldrick Thorn drew his blade, 400 people died. It is no light task to ask that man to do so. But I don't believe you're wrong. This Blackheart was involved here.
He still let her get away with this and be a part of this and did nothing.
He is her servant.
One that she values above all others. You see me get all puffy and look to the side.
My ire is on Eldrick as well because he had the strength to stop this and chose not to. But he's not the one pulling the leash. He's not the one making the moves. He's not the one... He's a pawn.
He is a pawn, but he's a pawn that means a lot to somebody else who may or may not be pulling leashes. At least she thinks she is. And I will do everything I can to make sure others know that too. However, I no longer think I get to wear a cloak, and I'm not quite sure how to come to terms with that yet.
Wow. Wow.
I hate to jump to business, but the 15th of Lev, we both have now a summit meeting in the Black City. We must attend. The prince is coming and has already demanded you be part of his retinue, even before these events. Now that you have a seat on the council, you will, of course, be expected to attend.
It's as if he knew I would, since Grandma's one fighting point was that I do not have a seat on the council. And he demanded it anyways.
Yes. Your kill team were expected to act as guards on this mission. I don't know yet what will become of them in light of these events, but I'm sure we can still make that happen, should you all desire it. At least a chance to get out of the city, maybe with what is about to come.
Can't I just hire them as my own kill team?
You could.
Red's never quite been my color.
I don't think you understand. You don't have to ask me. This is your city now.
Eat wing chowders.
I don't know what to do about that yet.
Yeah, I am now your loyal servant. I mean, in more than ways than one, Velwyn has bent the knee to Skorn. So as the head of House Velwyn, I am your humble servant. As a Blood Cloak of Slavoka, I am equally so.
But you're my uncle first, and always will be who I look up to. Do not bend your knee.
Well, we should let Virelia rest. And you're right. We should not interrogate the suspect here. Let's do it downstairs, where she can see her works.
Agreed. How long until the High Inquisitor would arrive? How much time do we have to prepare?
Some short manner of days. Tomorrow or the next.
Okay.
While they go downstairs to get that all set up and ready, I would like to ask for some privacy and head off towards the labyrinth.
Okay.
I'm going to be trying to track from my memory, because it keeps popping back as well as I can, how to, I guess, maneuver it.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. With disadvantage. I'm sorry, but you've had a tough night.
I'd like to use a minute to do my magical cunning and reclaim a packed slot.
Okay.
10.
You spend in here.
Walking circles.
And you do not find the center.
I just spent time out there sobbing instead, and then slowly make my way back.
Requiem. Where do you go?
I am making my way to the Temple of Apollo.
The late afternoon now appears in Holy Laza, the sun beginning to set. You hear a minstrel playing his violin near the temple to Apollo. You see some peasants pass you by, avoiding their eyes from you as they see your red cloak. You push open the old, rusty, slightly off-hinge doors to Apollo's temple, and you gaze on the scattered pews, the fallen chairs, the dust-covered altar and cobwebs. Bit of that late afternoon sun coming through the mostly broken stained glass windows. What do you do when you arrive here?
I will just find a place to sit and like I am reeling right now. I am trying to make sense of a lot of stuff, a lot of things, and I'm wondering if any of this does make sense to me. I don't think I was planning on finding my anchor this soon.
Is any part of you reaching out to, or any remnant of you reaching out to Apollo here in his temple?
Yes. I'm reluctant because I genuinely don't think he's going to answer, and I don't think I'm going to get a reply, and I feel like it might be even a waste of time, but I feel like this was the only place that I knew that I could go, and I am trying to make sense. I'm asking why right now.
You ask why.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any specificity to that? Why what?
Why her? Why now? And why? Why is... And how? Why and how?
Kneeling down before this cracked, dust-covered altar, that question in your mind, as you focus, your knees slip into the ground, ephemeral, as your body flickers, not remembering to maintain your physical form in this moment. You feel stretched across distance, eons, an impossible ask for a god of life to meet you anywhere. What damn business does Requiem have talking to a god of life when you are dead? Back to the surface of the ground, a flower blooms in this space, and a few more in that area. Like one of those silly looking things, like, oh, the toast looks like Jesus. You feel the flowers, like, that kind of looks like a face. And you see the face of Elian Rook. Like Apollo is guiding you, not giving you an answer, because that is impossible, even for a god, to contact you and give you that answer. But it might be pointing to someone who can help.
Can I go to touch the flowers? I'm sobbing at this point.
Tears falling on these flowers. I think, and as they do, you see a tear from your left eye falls on the flower, and acid, it withers and dies, the tear from a ghost. And the tear from your right lands back on that flower, and it grows and welcomes it, a fresh dew of life. You are a dichotomy. You were a believer and a follower of good and of life, and you have been cursed with death, but forced to live regardless.
I'll still stay kneeling here for a while. Do the flowers stay?
We'll stay.
Okay.
They'll stay blooming in this place. Even when you get up to leave, the flowers remain. And you see that they are not the only ones. The Temple District and Holy Laws are one of the few places where green glows in Slavoka. Right.
If I wanted to make a gesture like these are very special, and if I wanted to honor someone with the flowers, would I have any idea like if picking them is a complete dishonor to the Temple of Apollo? But if I wanted to honor, what is her name?
Aurelia?
Aurelia, thank you. I had the L name.
Aurelia.
You think that it would be an honor for this
I would
place.
like to collect
It
them.
would be honoring life given and life shared.
Yeah. I want to whisper a thank you, and then collect them and then go back to.
Okay. So everybody else doing?
Yeah.
We're setting up this person to be interrogated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fiddle on my belt for a moment and pull out a little vial and saying, I keep a few of these with me. This one is a truth serum.
Oh.
Think we give this to her first, then awaken her, ask some questions. She'll also be listening in on her mind, but who shall be doing the question asking? Are we doing intimidation?
Shade a little bit of good cop, bad cop. Good guard, bad guard.
What kinds of questions are we looking? What information are we truly trying to find?
How long would it take me to get back? Like, am I going to be walking in on them interrogating, or am I going to get there like way later?
I'd say you could return about. I will say you can return once they start the interrogation.
I'd say maybe like look for some. We could do some simple ones about the area, but also pull out, if you can, some deeper lines of it. Who do they answer to?
Yeah.
Who supplies?
Yeah.
What houses are they tied to? And just things along those lines for understanding the deeper network of what's happening
Like
here.
who gave them?
Is there a next move or a next
Yeah.
plan?
Who gave them the information of this meeting?
Yeah. How did you know Celine would be here? And how did you know what was in that book?
Yep.
Do you all wait for her to awaken naturally, or do you?
I'm going to administer this serum before she's awake because it's a con save throw.
Okay.
No damage is done with it.
Okay.
And
What's the DC?
DC 11.
You'd really
She
like
will
to
do so
awake her, but it'll kill her.
at disadvantage.
I'm not going to.
I would really like to, you
Failure.
know how the Hulk wakes up Iron Man in the first Avengers where he just screams in his face?
You can do that.
kind of love
Get some anger out.
Yeah, just spittle and
It's
stuff.
like,
Yeah.
I can't do what I want to do because she'll probably go back into death saving throws. So I'm standing back and watching you guys at work.
Okay, so you administer the potion. I will say, with that being forced down her throat, Luna Forthwell comes to consciousness. You standing, the bottle
Luna?
emerged from Lena. You guys don't know this yet.
We don't know.
Lena Forthwell.
Detect thoughts. I'm going to start.
You start detect thoughts. You all say, in this moment, Requiem enters.
Okay.
Sophia, are you here as well?
Yeah, I'm like standing back a little bit because I was frustrated with what was happening. So I came back in and I'm standing back and just watching them, but being very much just watching. So I watched her walk in too.
What did they see on your face when you enter?
Hopefully nothing. Blank. Just completely blank. Would I get a quick read on what they're doing? I'm going to assume I know what they're doing, right?
I think you know what they're doing. I need Nix and Zafira to give me an insight check.
I was going to say, I want to insight check her as she walks through to see if she's really blank.
She's within 30 feet. I'm already casting
That was
this.
a nat
I
20.
immediately start sensing thoughts, so I get your surface level stuff regardless of the check.
So she rolled a nat 20 insight. He reads your surface thoughts. What do they see?
I can't hold my emotions out. I am like an open book.
Can you keep it from me?
You just trying really hard to be like, I've got the flowers behind my back. I'm going to throw one of my healing potions to Nyx.
Not
like
me, I'm
four,
good.
because she looks like she's still like bad. So, and then I'm just going to say, get all the answers you can get. Like, in other words, to keep her alive. A healing potion and like keep giving her to keep her alive, right?
Okay. I'll
And then
pocket it.
do I need to ask permission to go into Ferelia's room?
What are you thinking anything else other than that? Because he's
Right
reading
now?
your surface thoughts.
Just their surface, so nothing deep. But
Like you know, it's not everything, but like, what are you thinking as you enter and you're trying to keep a straight face?
Don't cry. And I wonder if they know. Do they know? Like, but I don't go further than I wonder if they know. I wonder if they saw.
And I think for Zelfira, Requiem's emotional state is raw and bared to you completely.
Yeah, I was like, I can't hear thoughts, but I can see that she's really doing everything she can to not be a mess right now. But
And to not look at any of you in the eye.
because she's trying to, like, I'll clock it, but because I can tell she's trying to hide that and suck it, like, show that that's not happening, I'll let her be instead of interrogating her because I'm not in the mood to interrogate anyways, unless it's with pain.
And I'm wondering, like, I wonder how she's doing.
By the way, this really cool magic item pendant that I gave you that had the abilities of like non-detection and protection from scrying
The
and
one
protection
that's
from
gone
reading
now?
your thoughts is gone now.
Yeah.
So, sorry, you didn't,
Yeah.
it's gone.
Well,
you
it
didn't get to
brought me
use
back to life.
artifacts had all of that stuff? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it was an
It's
artifact.
crazy.
Wild.
That's like
Crazy.
legendary artifact
Oh
that
my
I
It was-
know.
it was-
It brought you back to life.
It's an identified.
It
yeah,
was an
no, it
appropriate
brought me back.
pendant of protection for someone of Aurelia Skorn to go
Agreed.
through that.
See, we
Yeah.
didn't even have to do any of the work.
But
My grandma
it's
just
gone
died.
now.
I know, I'm gonna go.
It's
keep
not
my
No
another one.
longer there.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna try and go
she-
into the room.
she awakens, and the surface thoughts that you get amidst this scene is you're all standing there, silent, arms crossed, standing across from her, kind of in the background in the shadows, is Isolde. And her gaze goes to him, and her surface thoughts are, the shadow of Stravia is here, I'm already dead.
Shadow of Stravia. He said it.
Okay.
Every movie
I'll
they say
start.
the title of the movie. They just said it.
Yeah, I'll start
It's
with.
Isolde. He said it. The movie title.
You'll be kept alive as long as you answer our questions well enough. Maybe start with something simple, like your name.
And she has failed her save on the
Yeah, I'm now going to go deeper into read thoughts.
potion of. Right. So, what are the specifics of that potion?
So specifics on potion. Oh,
So she has to say something, or is it that she can't lie?
I think the latter, but let me find out.
She just
Was
can't
I able
lie.
to go into the room?
You're trying to go into Verilia's
I wanted
room?
to go into Verilia's.
You can go there.
Okay.
You see her body on the bed.
Cannot knowingly speak a lie, as if under the effects of the Zone of Truth spell.
Okay.
So she can choose not to speak.
Correct, but I'm listening.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know that.
Do you do anything when you enter that room?
Yeah, sorry. We were just about to bring the mood back up.
Yes, I would have done that. I would have fucked that she walked up towards her room.
I want to go lay the flowers next to her and, pay my respects. And then would I think that it would be like really weird to try and cry after seeing like what just happened with the flowers? Would that be too weird to try and cry on her? To let a tear fall
just
on her?
the right side.
Just the right side.
Just the right side.
Over
Come
the
back
other
to
side.
life. No, one should be so lucky.
Give me a religion or nature check.
Yeah, but that's like a wreck thing to do. Be like,
Yeah,
I think I can do it. Do it. And like up there struggling.
love.
Oh, 11 for, what did you say?
Religion or nature?
Religion. 11 for religion. I have no 8 for nature, which is weird.
You cry over Virelia. Not a person that you knew, but a person that someone close to you cared for deeply. In that moment, you feel an echo of that pull, of that anchor, like an essence, just a trace, a whisper, a shadow that used to be here. And now it isn't. Now it's somewhere else.
If I let myself go into wraith form, do I think that I would make a connection with it more? Like, is it beyond this realm, or is it just the trace of it?
I think that that's all that you can get
Yeah.
with an 11.
Okay. That makes sense. I'll finish paying my respects to her.
Okay.
And leave the room.
Back with Lena, the surface thoughts are, I can't tell them my name. My family's still in this city.
Yeah.
And she'll look up at you, Nyx. Do you know who you work for?
I think I'm asking the questions. Your name?
I shan't give it to you.
Fine. Let's call you Nearly Dead Woman Number 4.
I accept that I am nearly dead. I understand that. Are you not able to answer mine? Do any of you know who you work for?
And who do you work for?
Someone trying to make a difference.
Someone. Someone that I might choose to align with. Can you convince me? Recruit me.
Maybe you're above it all because you don't have to live in the squalor, have your blood drained monthly to feed their need.
I've lived in squalor. I know what it's like. I've feasted on rat.
Do you think this is just?
Just? What is justice? I've seen justice nowhere. You think your brand of justice is any better than here?
There are places that they don't live for the dead. And I think that's better than here.
The dead, they have it going on too, I must say. Who do you work for? And I'm going to just keep kind of prying in with read thoughts to see if I can't get any kind of a name. She may not want to say it out loud, but...
Are you still reading surface thoughts?
No, I've moved on to read thoughts.
Okay. So she gets a saving throw, right?
She does. That is a wisdom 14.
19 on the dice.
Okay.
Her surface thoughts are, we still have a chance. We got what we needed. The bright winds will have justice.
Okay.
Can I roll for intimidation to get her to at least share her name?
Yeah.
It's 11.
You're screaming in her
You're gonna tell us? My voice is cracking. You're gonna tell us?
I can feel your magic on me. Do what you need to. Just make it fast.
And I'm gonna pull my sword, my great sword, out with the teeth. And
Have you damaged anyone with your greatsword? I don't
Not
believe
yet.
you have. Okay.
Nope. But you told me that I feel like the hunger and the anger from not drawing blood.
Mhm.
And I'll just look at her and be like, you see this blade? It is hungry and ready to feast. Would you like to be its first meal?
I accept it.
You didn't give her the potion, did you?
Yeah, I gave her the truth.
She is
Well, no,
a truth
the
serum.
health
Oh, the
potion I
health?
recommended
No,
to you.
she does not have the
She's
health.
clinging to
potion.
life, so we could knock her out and bring her back up if we really wanted to. But I'm going to just turn to you guys for a second, and
I think he had a bad.
I'm going to say, may I have a moment alone with her? Just a moment. A minute. After that, you can choose to do with her.
I'll just exhale and be like, do what you will. So
I just
I'll
nod
walk
and
over
I-
next to Isol.
Yeah, I was nodding to walk. Well, I'm kind of in the back anyways, watching, but I'll go a little further so that
Are you
can have
still
your
gone?
privacy.
Or did you come back?
I'm back
She's
out
at
of the
the
room.
room.
Oh, okay.
So I'm coming back down to you guys because I'm out of the room now.
Okay.
You could be arriving now.
I was like, I
Perfect.
want to go talk
When
to
you're
you.
within
so
30 feet, I'm going to do Awaken Mind and just say, Hunter's Mark this one.
All Hunter's marker.
I think she's still hunter's marked.
Yeah,
Oh, is
she
she?
should be.
Perfect.
Oh, is she?
Oh, yeah, up to an hour.
Yeah,
Up to an
yeah,
hour.
It was on
Yeah,
her.
okay.
and she
Yeah.
was-
Perfect. All right.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
All right. You guys are out of the room now?
I'm just getting
That
there.
depends
Yeah,
on
I
if you
thought
convince Isolde to get out of the room.
Yeah,
I think
exactly,
we
'cause
walked back a little
walked
bit
back
further
in
to like where
Yeah,
Where
enough.
he
is.
was.
is that far enough?
So maybe you could just whisper to her.
Sure.
Or-
I will now transfer my Awakened Mind and not looking at you guys. Still keeping my gaze on you on this one. And so I'm just going to say, I don't know if we're going to be able to get information this way, but a rabbit can run and we can track. Thoughts?
Who are you sending it to? Me?
All
you.
of us. I
Well,
thought.
to you, I can only do one at a
Oh.
time.
I can track.
You can track.
It's what they do.
I guess it is
Yeah,
up
I'm
to...
right next to Isolde. And since he is my captain
Well,
of this type of thing,
well, now that you're the countess.
I make the decisions, but he's still like good at determining
Yeah.
war. Like, it's still his job. I'll just look over and say, we already know we're not getting information out of her. I think you knew that too. However, Nixie is proposing a new plan. Let her run. Follow.
I will.
What are your thoughts?
We're there.
Yeah, you're
Hearing
around,
this.
but you're watching me have a direct conversation with Isolde. You are around.
I've always loved a good hunt.
And then I'll respond back to Nyx. You've got my green light. Just don't fuck it up.
I'll make a show of it. I said, leave us.
When I leave,
You solo bow.
is there a vantage point that's like
You
that would give me a pretty good, like the only exit that would be out of here that I can keep an eye on so that I can start seeing, like when she does leave the building, like trying to only give her one exit out so that I can just start tracking her in.
Yeah, you can get up on a high vantage point to see
Just
if
like,
she
I won't
leaves.
bow.
Face through. Just
But
stick
I'll-
your face through the wall.
I'll turn and I'll give you a stern look and say, we will talk about your manners later. Let's go.
Consider this my resignation.
We will talk about that too. All right. So we walk away, and yes, I throw that back out into my mental to see if it goes anywhere. Like, that was all part of the joke, correct?
In your mind, you'll
Yeah.
hear, correct.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, can I...
Don't,
reply to this message?
we're all good.
Yeah.
We're all good.
Yeah, after I make a mental connection, I get 3 minutes.
Okay.
to-
No,
yeah,
wait a minute.
Until I
Something
choose to
right.
break it.
I'm still here. I'm still here. Okay. Wow, you're very good at that. So we leave.
As soon as they leave, I will adopt a different posture.
Good cop.
You know, you're right. This whole vampire nation, they're here to destroy us. And here I was thinking that maybe I could do something from the inside. From the ground up, maybe I could change things. I don't care anymore. I'm gonna undo the manacles.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion or deception check and tell me the result. You have to tell me what it is.
I am deceiving her.
You didn't have to tell him.
I don't have to tell you, but it's okay, guys. Okay. That's a natural 20.
Hey! Oh my god.
All right. She'll look at you.
No.
She'll look at you. What absolute conviction in her eyes.
Sorry about the subterfuge. It's part of this horrible job, unfortunately.
We could use you.
We could use you. I don't know if you saw what was going on in there. The Blackhearts purposefully were in on it to kill her. It isn't, us versus them. It's us versus them versus them versus us. And in the end, any mortal is going to be dead. I don't know what your plans are. I'm not going to ask. You don't want to say. I don't want to force you to say. It's impossible anyway. But if you've aligned yourselves with any of these undead, they'll betray you like they're betraying me. I could use you as you could use me, and I suppose us mortals have to stick together, but if I'm going to switch sides, I need to know. I need to know who I'm working with, and to know that you're not working with these Blackhearts as well.
The old iron mill. There's a cellar. The whole place looks abandoned. You knock on that cellar, and you can have a meeting.
Sure.
Okay. How can I help you get out of here?
A blood cloak, and we could do so much.
I gave my resignation.
Well,
do I have to rescind that? Rescind that?
Certainly. I don't know.
I have to continue working with these people?
More valuable, I'm sure. But I wouldn't subject you to that. You can come with me.
I'd be more valuable here?
Continue to be a man on the inside. I know how dangerous that is. Should you just come with me, I can get you to safety.
Okay. How do we get out of here? Let's see. There's already a bit of confusion. The guards are scattered. I look around and there's alternate ways out. I think you had mentioned there's one clear path out, kind of a thing. How about we could do a bit of pretend as if you're dead, and I'm bringing your corpse somewhere. Or we could try to sneak you out of a window. Do you have thoughts?
I do have and she withdraws from her pouch a vial.
Mm-hmm.
If we want to pretend that I'm dead, I have something for that.
Okay. Well, any other preparations we need to do?
You could... I don't know who'll be watching you, or how, but probably throw them off your trail. Don't go directly to the old iron mill.
Okay.
Perhaps there are, normally the carts that would lead to the necropolis. Go there and put me there and leave me in there for, enough time, hours.
Okay.
Don't leave me there.
I will not leave you there. You're my entrance in to
I'll appear dead, and I won't be able to, move for some time. And
how long will this knock you out?
Yeah, I'll look up the rules to this spell.
Okay. Ending nearly the end of my 3 minutes, so telepathically I'll send one out to you and say, she will pretend to be dead. I'll be escorting her. Make sure that our path is clear.
It's an hour.
An hour.
Well, this is an interesting way that he's going about this. We need to make sure he gets out of here just fine. I'm trying to think if there's anything that we need to watch out for.
Like as far as people other than you?
Other than us.
I mean, Saren's here. Other people are this is going to be a hot seat. If it's not already, some time has passed. It probably is. Like people are coming here. People are cleaning up. What investigations that can be done are being done. Saren is leading the forces of Blood Cloaks that are here now. But yeah, people are here. So, I mean, if you wanted to, it would not be hard with this woman under the effects of the Feign Death spell to appear dead. That's if she will absolutely appear. The ruling is put in a cataleptic state that is indistinguishable from death. So she will appear dead for an hour. Yeah. So should you, I don't even think anyone but you guys knows that she's alive.
She's alive.
Right.
I don't think Saren was even present during any of that discussion. So she's just another body.
Yeah.
So you could just be doing your duty of.
It would probably be a little
but...
weird to have you be doing it. Like normally people are cleaning up bodies, but the Blood Cloaks are not going to be wheeling the dead bodies to the necropolis, right? Like there's going to be the aides, probably like zombies sent from the necropolis to come wheel these carts and carry these, take these dead bodies back to the necropolis. So the most thing that I will not require any rolls for are to just leave her here and hope that they clear her off and bring her to the necropolis in an hour like they are doing with all of the other dead bodies. And, should you want to watch her and find out where she goes.
The hunter's mark on her still. So
but if you want to do something else, feel free. Yeah.
Also, we don't know this, but...
Pave the way for
Having
efficiency, how about? Necropolis, they'll be picking up these bodies, smuggle her out with the rest, we'll collect her at the necropolis, and I can continue my subterfuge when she wakes.
Okay. We'll get on that.
I'm sorry for giving you an order, Countess. It felt odd. But thank you.
It's forgiven. And then I go about trying to figure out with Isolde what this means. I honestly don't know why he's worrying about taking her body. He can track it wherever it's at. But he must need something from it, so... look around to see if there's a pile of bodies or something that look obvious. To be like, so we can all play the part when he comes out. Like, just throw them all to you with those others.
Yeah, that's why they would have, been gathering bodies.
We're playing the role when he comes out, guys.
Throw her in with the rest of the rebels.
Yes. So, I'll play the role that we think she's dead.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, I wanted to be the one who killed her.
Well, I was planning on just having her, take the stuff before we even left. So
Yeah.
That way you guys don't have to make any rolls. Before you take that, give me false information. Where's a hideout no longer used? Someplace I could throw those that are not of like mind in the wrong direction while we steer in the correct one.
The tunnel entrance at the slaughter docks, we know that was compromised.
Yes.
And we've collapsed it several hundred meters in, so that leads to a dead end.
Okay. I shall say that something's resurfacing in that area. Perfect.
There's lots of loud noises about that.
Well,
She didn't tell a lie. I was thinking about the same thing. She didn't tell a lie. He asked her for information that was just not the right place. She told the truth.
Yeah.
Fair.
I saw your face and you're thinking the same thing I was thinking. But how are you lying? But she's not lying.
Yeah.
But you're asking. So you asked for that, right?
I asked for false information, something to throw them off the the path.
Something he could use as false information.
Right.
Mhm.
I was like,
She-
what
she
you
told
asked
you the
for is
truth.
confusing.
She
She told you the
She
truth.
told you the truth.
Yep. And
So
so
that's
that would work. For
Yeah,
him.
so you could
Yeah.
use it as go check that.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's blocked.
That's what I'm
She
after.
knows that it's blocked off.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
I was like, I understood how he answered, but because of the way you worded it, it was like,
yeah.
she can't lie to you.
Yeah.
So.
I think we were on the same
But
page.
it was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
it
were on the
made
same page.
sense. It made sense.
Perfect. And perhaps I can end before you take that where we began. But first, I'm Nyx.
I'm Lena.
Lena. This will be. Hopefully, you'll be awake soon. And we'll be somewhere safer.
I hope so. I hoped I never had to take this. It's pretty scary.
I've got you.
Thank you, Nix.
She'll take it.
She'll take.
Cool.
Night-night.
Clock starting. I'm going to go out of the room, and I will just say, loudly, interrogation yielded some results. And I will say this as loud as I kind of can for people around. There's the possibility of action happening down at the slaughter docks. Should go check that out. Do you have a team in mind that might be able to go look that way? Saren seemed quite capable.
You want me to direct? Well, technically I can.
Yep, your boss.
I have to get used to it.
Saren standing there? Is that you sold?
You sold.
Oh, I was like, wow. Yes? This is information you got from her.
In your mind, I will say, this is the way that we clear the path.
Ah, interesting. Yes, I could have words with Saren, see if he can go check there with the team.
Excellent.
Well, this is so weird for Sarah now.
Huh?
I said this is so weird for Sarah now.
Hey, Saren asked the question
She's lawful.
like 3
You-
episodes ago.
You could.
Where do I want to be?
How long do you want
Yeah.
to be a
How long do I want to be Blood Cloak?
Yeah.
It didn't necessarily.
You could whoop his ass now for striking her down.
We'll
Even
see.
though you already
We're on good
apologized.
terms right now.
Yeah.
We will see.
Perfect.
I can make him apologize.
And approach it the same way, there haven't been
No.
apologies yet. Apologize.
Isolde, you are very good at the bureaucracy of this place.
I hate it.
Is it possible
I love you, Soul.
that you know how to cut the red ribbon around the bureaucracy to ensure that the necropolis is able to collect these bodies, including this one in this room, very quickly? Have it be there in, say, 30 minutes. Possible?
Absolutely. I got a little bird for that.
Thank you.
I respond back because you opened up that pathway in your head. And I say, clearly you have some information about the right way. Is there a reason she is staying alive?
Yes. And I will. She's out now, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying in
And
your
so-
head because I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah, yeah. I mean,
what
now
happened,
people-
how
exactly
it
right.
worked. Yeah.
Nyx, as Cecilia, knows about the effects of feigned death.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm familiar with all
She
poisons
can't
and
hear
all
us
kinds of
because
stuff.
that's why I'm saying it back in your head because you
Yeah.
opened that because I'm like, I don't know if she can hear us, if she's
Yeah.
faking it, what's
Yeah.
happening. So I'm like,
Yeah. Let's do a team meeting here in a second. I'll share everything, including the plan. But time is of the essence. There's a ticking clock.
I'll trust your word. We will do.
And I'm
We'll set
open
this
to
into motion.
suggestions on changing the plan after you have all the information I have.
Well, give me an Arcana check.
11.
But this is why I purposefully did not say
So-
words out loud in front of her.
So I think that conditions might be very intentional for feigned death.
To
I
listen
think
in on
one
stuff.
one of the uses is to listen in.
Yeah.
But I don't think an 11 does it. I told you that beforehand. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll do this roll with advantage.
Yeah, because I'm familiar with all
You're
of
familiar,
these.
but like
things.
I read the spell as a DM and I wasn't 100% sure. So like
Okay.
there's things that like, especially as a novice, like
Yeah.
Do I know that? That's
Yeah.
specifically what it does?
To me, it just sounds
Yeah. So go ahead and I'm going to put the DC at 15. So
Okay.
roll again to
All right.
see whether you know that or not.
Okay.
Advantage.
I guess if I
First,
wouldn't
okay.
know for sure, then I wouldn't take the chance, though. too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let me.
You can roll anyways.
Yeah.
I'll let you go back and say
That's what I
you cannot
said.
take
I
the
was like,
chance.
even with mine.
Got it. I got a 17.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you know that.
Oh, wait. Even better than Arcana, dirty 20. Yeah.
So you know that. I'm going to say that she can hear right now.
Yeah, that's why I was playing it safe because I wasn't sure. I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was different because, not that I know this, she took a potion
She
instead
just
of
heard
like
all the
a
things that
spell.
It's
she
not
was
different. It's
expecting
just a potion of feign death. So she's under the effects of the feign death spell. But I think it's very intentional that they can hear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. Great.
So I'm perched. Am I
So-
just waiting up there?
And this then, knowing that and all that,
You
before we
have to,
walk
like,
away
Spider-Man.
from this body, just be like, well, you didn't even give the big guy a chance to interrogate or slap
just
her
looking
around
at
a
the
little.
sword.
You just took it upon your own hands.
You know how I like things clean. He tends to tear body parts off. It's awfully messy.
I'm
Smash
like-
them.
And
I'm
what's this
sorry I
with this
didn't feed
resignation?
you.
Are you still taking it? Or is that just...
It was in the heat of the moment. I know my place.
Well, you better earn it again.
I apologize.
All right.
Madame.
Go put the body with the others.
I shall. I'll start just dragging. Big guy, can you help me with this?
So you two meet us out
Fine.
And in your
front
head, I'm going to
when
say,
you're done.
it's just an act, big guy. We're still going to get that beer.
Buddy. Okay.
Don't quit, buddy. Don't quit, buddies.
All right.
You promise?
I promise.
Okay.
Did I hear the plan that she's now fake dead?
I don't know.
Versus
You're
just
like
letting
up on
her-
the
okay,
roof or
so-
not something? It's outside of my range.
Have you been with all of us?
I started
No,
heading
she's
out
been
because last I
perched.
heard, I thought I
Yeah.
was going to be perched and wait for it because I thought we were going to
so
let
she's
her
up there
go.
perching and watching.
When is she going to leave?
No, she
I'm
she
ready.
is straight. She is
My hunting
straight up
line is
like
running
Assassin's
out.
Creed. Like
She's
Well, don't you get, like,
Assassin's Creed
hours or
perched
something?
right now.
I think it's an hour.
1 hour.
I think
Okay.
it's an hour.
This
So
will still work out
I
all
can
right.
always
It's
redo
been
it.
not a lot of time. So you
Yeah.
could always mark her
Yeah,
again.
this
Yeah,
should
that's
work
fine.
out still for
Before-
time. So right now, you would, I don't know.
I'll just go
She's
back in
perched
and
up
see
there
what the.
just-
I'll just go back in and be like, did we forget?
Who are you
like-
walking up
you
to
like-
though? Because
It'd be like, oh, she's there in that
Yisold
bodies,
and
that pile
I,
of bodies over there.
Yisold and I are walking away.
Yeah.
Because I said everybody meet up in the front when they're done taking care of the bodies. So we're moving
I'll just move
away.
with you
He's
then.
helping him, trying to play off the act more because I know she can hear.
Mhm.
And
I just won't say a word.
So
I'll
it
just
depends
see
on who
what you
you're
guys are
walking
doing.
up to.
I'll just follow you guys wherever you're walking. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to follow.
Jumping
you
out
were
fountain
still on
to
the
gain some
roof.
health back.
During these moments, Yisold comes down from Virilia's chambers, and in his hand, he has the crest of House Skorn's ring. that, Virilia only ever wears when giving like public appearances because it's huge and gaudy and she hates it. And he approaches you, Zephyra, kneels before you.
What did I say about kneeling?
I have to do this. Ask for your hand.
Left or right?
Whichever one you want, it doesn't matter. It's just got to be on finger. We'll take your hand, place the ring on your finger, and a few people milling about here, the one of most consequences, Saren, will loudly say, I pledge my undying loyalty to you, Countess Zephyra Skorn.
Wow.
I look up and I make a funny. I was like, you almost killed me last week.
Saren looks,
I'm just kidding. It's okay.
kind of pain in his eye,
Don't
bows
worry.
low. We'll also drop to an E,
Wow. And I freeze. I'm like,
as do like all the other blood cloaks in this area and servants that are in this space.
I will drop down as well.
Out of fear of breaking your new floor, I'm not gonna bow. I'm not gonna get on a knee, but I'll bow to you.
Gives a big guy bow.
very well. This is going to get some Takes some getting used to.
In about 15 minutes, some zombies with carts from the necropolis begin to gather the bodies.
Okay. Great. As they're gathering, I will just pull the team aside, plus Yusold, and just kind of pull you guys into a side room that's, well away from earshot. And I will tell you guys that I've convinced her that I'd like to join them and that the Vampire Nation is wrong. But to roleplay a little bit deeper, I would also say, I think that we're thinking about this wrong in a certain way. I don't know if you've noticed the same as we've been patrolling the streets, but I care for these people. I don't think that we fully do enough for them. There must be a way to create a greater harmony between us and the commoners where this kind of a thing doesn't stand out. And if Blackhearts are truly behind more of this, how do we get the people on our side to create a balanced nation that can work? And Countess, what kind of a leader do you want to be?
I agree with what you've said. I just find it hard, considering out of all the vampires, Virilia, sorry, I almost said that wrong, was one of the best kind out there who wanted the same thing.
Correct, I agree.
So why did they hate her?
They hated her because she has so many houses pinned against her. It's a political game. Working them against her?
What do they gain out of everything? I understand what the vampires gain.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what the other houses gain. What do they gain by killing the one vampire who cared for them?
Do you think
out of all political parties?
Do you think they knew that about her? Or do you think they knew only the propaganda they were fed? That she was a figurehead of a state that they did not like?
I don't know. That's a good question.
She did a good job of going to the mill, showing her face, showing who she was, but the propaganda machine continues to move. They continue to have to pay.
She kept many secrets.
The buck stops at the top.
I think Nyx has a point. We know who Virilia was. And she was always kind to the people, but how far does a public address go when you're starving? When your children are taken for the tithe? For the common folk, she is the symbol of vampiric rule. She's vampiric rule in Slavoka. Strike the head off the serpent.
They don't realize the damage they did and such between them and those wakes they want to make with the vampiric nation. They only helped feed the beast, honestly.
Agreed. How can we change that? How can we rewrite the narrative, show them truly what kind of a nation this place could be underneath your rule? What laws would you enact? How do you show them?
I defer to you, dear. Perhaps this is a good time to have this conversation. This was your kill team. What place do you have for them now? Do you trust them as advisors?
I look around at them all, and I focus in on Nyx, because I've never overly fully let him in.
What are you proposing right now, as far as how to make these next steps?
An ambassadorship. I go in, I am able to gather more information on exactly what they want. I can feed them the right kind of intel, the truth. But under your direction. As long as it is a direction that I can also agree with. I know much of you. I've seen you help these people. I feel that I can trust you.
I'd say we could try this out and see if it works.
Don't get on our bad side.
I think I started on a bad side.
She's a tough one to crack.
I've been trying.
There are many secrets of this nation, and this house only holds power if we know them. Secrets are... Wow, secrets?
Secrets. Secrets. Marriage.
I was like, I can't let that one slide. Secrets?
What's us together today?
Secrets give us power. Power over other nations, other houses.
Perhaps.
That is
Truth
Skorn.
good too.
But there's truth in secrets.
Hmm.
Knowing them is what keeps this house alive. And I can only let you in on secrets if I can trust you.
I'll make you a deal. I'll share my secrets for your trust.
Just for my trust, not for secrets this time.
No, just your trust.
Deal.
Okay.
I will give you this power. I will agree to what you are... The word...
Subterfuge?
Insinuating
Oh, okay.
and
Gotcha.
presenting for next steps. I trust that you have the right goal in mind here and won't betray me. For now.
For now is good enough.
But you see him.
I do.
You see what he did.
You can put a note on the bottom of a damn pair's boot without noticing.
And you now know his nickname. Don't piss him off.
I don't like that despair. That was a long time ago.
Doesn't make it any less effective.
So, if we are at least to consider these advisors, then we have the summit
Advisor too?
upcoming.
Of course.
We
I
know
trust you.
we know where Virilia stood. They will vote on what to do with Dorusk. It's of course expected for things to be drawn on party lines, traditionalists and reformists, and we know that Blackheart has Myr, and we expect, Thren to follow. So that's 3 votes for war. Ours, yours, and that's 2. The only house remaining is the Crown, Stravos. And, of course, tiebreaker goes to the Crown. So, to have any shot of avoiding war, which was your grandmother's work for the past 100 years, honestly, we need Stravos. Is that your intention as well?
It is. I would not like to go to war. That just means more death upon these cities and upon these families. And they don't see that, but that's what we see. That's the reality of it. If we let them in these gates, they're all dead. They think we're the monsters, and I understand why. If I didn't have to live the way I live, I would choose to not put him through that as well. I'd hope you can see that by now. That's how my grandma was as well. But we can't. And we try to find the thing that works the best for all, and we try to keep them alive and safe. Is this the best area? No. There's problems everywhere, of course. We do need to do more. But most importantly, we need to keep them alive and safe from complete destruction. And not slavery, at least. These other houses, if we go to war, everything's gone. They're all dead. Or, worse, they don't have freedom anymore. They don't get to choose.
And Nyx Eldrith does not have a seat on the council.
Right, they're minor.
Mm-hmm. Well, there are other minor houses that do,
Oh, okay.
but they don't, and that's kind of like, that's something that they hate. So, should we wish to avoid war, we need Stravos. All efforts must be placed on Prince Lariel, as he's representing Stravos at the summit, to vote to avoid war. And we know that he's asked for you to accompany him before any of this even happened. You know how he feels about you, potentially. So, I just want, as your advisor, now to know that should you wish to avoid war, you need Lariel on your side at all cost.
Lariel, who might be behind what just happened. Yes, I do. I do know that.
And Nymeria has his ear.
Of course she does.
She's, by the way, is going to be ecstatic when she hears the news.
Of course she is. It's what she's always wanted.
Yes, it is. Though we thought, many hundreds of years from now.
First thing she'll do is try to sweep in here and take control.
To that point, I don't know how King Lariel will react. You know that he and Virilia were very close. General Valtor Blackheart and High Inquisitor Seraph Thrin arriving are the Crown's decision. You do not have the power to prevent them from doing that. But you have the power to make preparations before they arrive to decide how cooperative Slavoka is with their arrival, or if there's anything that you'd like to do before they arrive. Do you have any ideas? Do you have any orders in that regard?
I do not. I trust you've been in this unfortunate political game longer than I have, Uncle. If there's anybody's word I'm trusting right now and leaning on, it's yours.
I believe we should shield Lenora.
Second thought.
Yeah.
She's a valuable ally to us. Perhaps she could be brought into the inner circle.
Should her sister Seraph arrive in the current state of things, I would not be surprised should she subject her sister to Inquisition for her failures. So, should you not shield her, I don't know if Lenora survives this.
We shall shield her. She's done us many favors and has single-handedly helped us. We can trust her. She's one of us. And what about, well, I think by shielding her, we shall also shield Elian's secrets.
The only place that I trust to relocate her to is this manor.
Even in this destruction?
Well, it's one wing.
Okay, that's true.
We got more. This is the only place we can truly control in Slavoka. They'll be taking over the barracks once they arrive.
I hesitate moving her here if there's a potential bomb under this building. Is that still possible? Is
I
there
think
still
the
things we
bomb
need to
was
look
through
into?
the roof.
And probably saw the bombs.
Okay.
I would guess.
I think we
could
can do
certainly-
a sweep.
We can verify. We can do a sweep.
The target's been dead. I think we can do a sweep and see if there's anything left that they have not triggered and have set up. But aside from that, I think you're correct. This is the safest. Even though today's actions don't prove that, but it is the safest and most trusted armed area. We've got you here, we've got Sarah now here.
I believe you should write King Lariel and inform him on what has happened today, and in your most persuasive tone, ensure him that things are under control here. Because with Virilia's death,
Okay.
should he react as I expect him to, he will be very distraught and heartbroken. And it is in his nature to try to resolve things personally, should that come to pass.
Sure.
Should King Lariel arrive with his first blades, it will truly be madness here. I would not be surprised if finally having Virilia's he would no longer have Virilia's temperance holding his hand, he very well may slaughter every mortal in this city.
We can't let that happen.
Yeah.
A counterpoint.
Again, they don't understand what they've put into works by choosing their target.
His solution
It would
would
be
be
death
scorched
to all.
earth. I know how to solve rebels, is to have no mortals living in this city.
That does include it.
Counterpoint. You hope for peace, but you plan for war.
You should always plan for war.
Is this city worth saving? We could evacuate now. We can remove the innocents from the problem, from the equation. If I build close enough ties, perhaps we could migrate to where they have more stronghold, fortify, come back stronger, different, planned, regimented. But it would be war. No decision need to be made now, but something for consideration.
If it looks like all hope has gone through the window and war is all we got, then I'll keep that in mind. But I'd like to step foot the same way Virilia tried for many, many, many years.
There would be no greater way to spit in Virilia's grave than to abandon Slavoka.
This was her home. This was her heart. She cared for these people. And now it is my job to do what I can to continue that for her.
Does she care about these people more than the city itself? I don't mean to spit on her grave or anything, but if she tried for hundreds of years and it did not yield results, is it madness to continue to try to do the same thing? Only something
Is
to
it madness
consider.
or is it love?
Sometimes they're the same, if you love enough.
Fair.
That hits your soul pretty deep. You see him kind of...
Well, I need to go sift someone out of a pile of bodies at the necropolis.
Before you go, part of the preparations, I think, is we should consolidate allies. Not
Okay.
just Lenora, but with what is about to occur in Slavoka. Are there any of those that you trust, that you would like on our side? Safety in numbers.
Lenora.
There's
Lillian.
one. Been trying to handle the problem myself, but now I find an ally in a great position of power. A Dampier former Red Cloak member, Mirelle. She's been ousted upon false accusation by Pater the Sergeant, and now working as a prostitute at the Red Lantern.
Pater. Wasn't that big Seren's big guy?
Yes, I
That
believe he
little
called him
half-giant.
Kill Thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
he had a mouth on him.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps that's a wrong you could right in some way, and take a potential piece off the board that could be against you and add one to our side with
Good
Morale.
next. That's good.
She probably has a contact list of others in the city, and that could be potential allies. I've been forming a steady network of information gatherers. She could be the tip of the spear there.
Mm-hmm.
But also position, certainly we can summon Skorn's banners and get all standing men of arms here to protect the manor. It's going to look like it does, but I don't think that's unexpected in this light. I would also position that we might be able to get Karina here as well. Those men will need to be armored
Yes.
and armed.
A final chess piece. House Eldrith. They're here. Some say they control the secrets of the nation. Could be a great ally. I believe this would be something that you would need to do directly.
House Eldrith. Out of game, remind me, who is Eldrith? Is that Cassian? No.
It is Cassian.
Is it Cassian?
Cassian, and then Alara is the kind of lead on that.
Yeah, Eldrith is
What would you
the
say
house
are
of
my
spies and
connections
assassins.
When I hear
Mhm.
Eldrith, I can roll if need to. I think I have some information.
Give me a
as
history
far as,
check. I will. Something we're going to need to figure out how to do is like, Virelia knew a lot of stuff,
Right.
and she's going to consolidate that to you. So I will. The easiest way to do it
piece
probably
by piece
is
stuff.
honestly is when you comes up, you're going to know a lot of stuff, and so I mean we'll consider that in your roles and things.
Yeah.
So
That was 12.
I was 12. With a 12, and fast forwarding a little bit, you don't know this now, but with a 12, you know that Eldrith is the house, as a minor house, and they are the only minor house that's considered a minor house that does not have a seat on the Crimson Court. And you know that part of that has been like intentional. They were always spies and assassins, and part of it was like they're the house that works for every other house, right? Like whenever a house needs someone killed, they'll do it. And there's always like conflicting things. They have to be very honorable because like whoever put this job in first, because you can't just outbid. No, I hired you to kill this guy. No, I hired you to kill them instead. But it's like the Crimson Court as a whole have always said we can't let Eldrith on the court because they know everyone's dirty secrets. You know that out of necessity, just like every other house, and something that you'll learn is that Virelia has open contracts with House Eldrith. And one of those said contracts, like I said, that you won't find here, but as you, in the coming weeks, as you explore Virelia's records, is that one of those contracts was that one of their members be inserted into the Blood Cloaks to act as eyes and ears.
Which is another reason why I'm trying to tell the truth before you get access to the record.
Before I find out. Like, oh shoot.
Above the table.
Yeah.
And so, and I mean, once you find that, I don't like, it can, however you decide it, but it's like, it was as like it was really like out of protection.
Yeah.
It was like Virelia, she knows that Isolde's there, but Isolde's not always there. And if my granddaughter is going to be in the Blood Cloaks, I need to know what's happening. I need to know every single thing that happens to Zafira in the Blood Cloaks, and that's the contract that she put out basically is get eyes and ears on her.
I wouldn't know that Virelia had done that, but regardless, you're about to get a bunch of information, and
You're trying to make it look less like
there's
secrets are secrets.
I mean, when I was actually saying that,
target.
I didn't have all that in mind. But, there's part of me that, things will come out and I'd rather be ahead of the storytelling, the narrative than behind it. But ultimately, I think if you have pretty good passive insight, Nyx is kind of, he desperately wants to be able to show people who he actually is. And the playing of the game is tough. Yeah, and
I still have no idea you guys killed a fat man and shoved him in a hole. I wasn't there, so they saw you do something and be part of something, and nobody's asked questions or said anything.
Oh, no,
you were the only one that heard that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So I might get to find out a little
But
more
what
than
are you
guys.
going to do with it? Did you
and just as I mean,
He
I
spoke
think
to me.
that
He talked to me in my head.
motive of Nyx kind of scrambling right now.
Yeah.
that like what do I have to get ahead of here is how a lot of people are going to be feeling, if not now, then very soon. So I think that's appropriate.
Suddenly, I know,
Yeah, including me as a dungeon master.
All these secrets.
Right.
Saren, like shit.
Yeah. But quickly,
You did this to yourself. You
I
did
didn't do the
this.
dice, did
it's
it?
the web. This is the
We're
web.
perfectly lined
60
up.
damage.
She rolled a lot of damage.
according to Isolde, you really need a vote from Stravos. Eldrith, holding the secrets, would be a valuable asset to help you play the political game if you're trying to go the peace route.
You're not wrong. This is how I've always been raised and why I value them so greatly.
You could place a contract now
With Eldrith.
with Eldrith to get everything that you can on Stravos.
Let's make it happen.
And I suggest you do it as soon as possible
First order.
before someone else does.
Let's make it happen.
I have
Okay.
some pull there, but I unfortunately will be going undercover.
Do you anticipate that you will play a mole?
I will play what you guys need me to play.
Oh,
If
criminal.
we are playing this to where we truly are wanting to form an alliance with the people that you plan to lead, and you are leading with trust and transparency, then I would not need to play a mole. I could tell them at least a version of the story that is the right one. But as I said, will choose to trust you. After all our secrets are aired out, you can choose to hold on to yours as our leader. Yes?
I mean, he does have a point now.
He's been saying that for a while.
It's been saying that so long.
Prophetic much?
I've been trying to fight that one the whole time, but I guess I don't have a say in that anymore.
Perfect. Bloody buddies as well then.
No.
While we're sneaking things
Absolutely
in.
not.
Okay.
That's not happening. Keep working on it, though.
He's darlings.
No?
I
We
do
landed
like
on-
the darlings.
He's darlings.
Perhaps it's, I don't know, the dark darlings or something
Dark
like that.
darlings.
That's something
That's kind of
alliterative in
catchy.
that way.
Darling doesn't seem very strong.
Oh.
It
There's
can
more to
be.
strength than,
Darling.
the eye. Subtlety.
I have a hard
Fair.
time with. Yes, there's a certain way I'd like to lead, but you also have to play it smart with how open you go into situations. Therefore, until you understand them and trust them, I do believe going in undercover is a smarter idea, at least in the beginning. If you start to see things and truly think that they just have their best interests, as far as for this country, for Slavoka and them thriving in mind, and there's any sort of, give that you think that, yes, we could be open with them in the future and work together and be more upfront, then maybe we'll get there. But I don't think it's a smart play to go in there right away.
Agreed. Baby steps.
Baby steps. So for now, a mole. They think you're with them.
You'd be more valuable to them
Absolutely.
as a mole than just as another recruit, if that makes sense.
Yes.
A Blood Cloak who answers to the Countess.
To that point, dear, some consideration will have to be made on what your day-to-day looks like.
Yes.
You can rule however you wish. Certainly, I think it's entirely out of the question that your Blood Cloak duties be continued. But
Can I still throw daggers?
I don't expect you to abandon all youthful pursuits.
And can we still train?
Absolutely. But, with proper precautions.
Of course.
You gotta slide hand that belt off him.
Yeah, I need that. Actually, listen, I saw that belt. I believe I sent you a message about one of these a while back, Uncle.
You did?
Did you find one and keep it for yourself? Is that what happened?
It's, I've had this for a while.
Inside
Ah, okay.
Give me an inside check.
And you just don't remember where you got yours from?
19.
19.
Oh, shit.
We're going to have a conversation
He
about
absolutely thought that was an awesome idea. I will say
Damn it,
nothing.
Uncle.
I will say nothing. I'll just nod. Yeah.
It's fine. You know what? It's fine. Figure it out.
As the Countess, you should probably get one pretty easily.
Yes. I thought
If you happen to see a
before.
quiver of return, let me know.
Do we need to go shopping?
Do you
we
wanna-
need to.
Yes.
He will remove his belt.
Oh, God, no.
And he will hand it to you.
Oh,
Boy,
No.
We're about to
this
be
was
level 3
not-
characters with all the
This
items.
was not what
Just
I
the most
had in
legendary
mind.
shit.
It was
He
just
just
a
lost a
time.
legendary artifact.
Yeah.
He hands you the belt. He goes to the table and he withdraws his 2 daggers. And he hands it to you. Eclipse and Sundown.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
He shows you the belt, lifts it with a flick of the wrist, and holds it rune sign up. Attuned to the belt, they'll return when thrown, as every good dagger should. Which means if you ever throw them away, I expect them to come flying back at your enemies, not your friends.
Absolutely.
I reserve the right to take them back someday. Maybe after this whole kingdom business is over and I can go back to killing things for a living.
That would be a nice time, wouldn't it?
And he will lean in close, handing you the dagger. Tell me, do you like wielding steel?
I much prefer it over anything else, I'd say.
Good. Know this, our training isn't over. But as my last act, from captain to Blood Cloak, remember that your mind is a far sharper weapon than either of these. Use it. Outthink them, because these are only as useful as their wielder.
She told me that once too.
Oh, see you very listening again.
And may I say, I know you're going to hate me for saying this, but if you're anything like your mother, I know. She's done no favors by you in making you like her. Trust that someone who's had to bear with her for over a century, run to every one of her biddings, do all her dirty work, that her intentions, at least concerning you, have always been pure. She loves you in her own way, cares for you more than anything else in this world. She will do anything to make sure that what she believes is best for you comes to light.
Well, maybe this might be a little wedge in that door to heal that relationship. I know it's what she's wanted. I don't know. We'll see.
If nothing else, then for me, for the sake of her twin, please give her another chance. See the worried mother behind the naked ambition. Anyways, if you like her, which you'll try to outmaneuver me with these gifts. And if you're anything like your grandmother, then you'll catalog every rune on the belt before putting it on. And if you're anything like yourself, then maybe there's still a chance for this family not to implode. Don't make me regret giving you the good ones.
And what else do you have? What are you going to use?
I'll find something.
Okay.
I'd like to grab a side moment with Requiem if I could too. Maybe just as I'm walking out towards the bodies. Actually, do you want to just come with me so I can make sure that I find the right body in the pile of bodies at the necropolis?
Let's go.
Cool. As we're walking that way, I'm going to request that you do a delivery for me. I need you to deliver this to my book buddy, Elian. I'm not sure exactly how long I'll be undercover.
Okay.
But also, information I gathered, I think would probably best be put in your hands while I'm there. The well in Holy Laza, poisoning children. It is possible that Elian was on to something with a portion of the sunlit disk being manipulated in some way to cause a sickness. He's just on the beginning threads of something. I think this is a matter best put into your hands. I advise that you do tell the rest of the team.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
yeah, continue forward.
Thank you for trusting me. I have to go see Elian anyways.
Perfect.
Perfect. Thank you, Nick.
And he'll hand you, and while you're at it, and he'll hand you 2 books.
Okay.
To accompany the letter.
Perfect. I will strap him in me leathers.
Perfect.
Yep. Yeah, I think. Oh gosh, I don't know. My world is lots of
Is one
everything all at
more
once,
beneficial
so.
than 2?
Are you up for such a thing? You may potentially have to persuade and deceive. I see you as so pure, and I'd hate to taint that in any way.
Well, I'd like to be a resource to you, however that would look.
If I gain
Wow,
their
you
trust to be able to bring others in, you'll probably one of the first.
Perfect. I'm going to be
Make an insight check against me.
Okay.
I'm asking for it.
That seems good.
Yeah.
21.
He doesn't want to put you in any more danger. He just saw you die. He's protective. Part of him is saying this so that you will be safe.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Sorry, DM.
That was beautiful.
All right, go ahead.
Good insight check against me.
I love it.
I'm
Yeah.
so
I want to
glad
tell
that
you
was a good roll.
So glad that was a roll. Good roll. Well, do we need to talk about the mole thing more? Are you
I think I'm going to go for it.
good to do?
I think I got enough direction. At some point, I have to feel things out.
Mhm.
So I'd say in the house right now, it's a work of figuring out how to go about making you guys basically my own personal kill team. And then, so you still have power. You're still considered a blood cloak for their nature.
Cool, so I can
You're-
keep
I mean,
getting
you
paid.
are still blood cloaks. Yeah, I can keep getting paid.
Just give me access to
I
the
mean,
make
now
me,
you can
make me your
technically
treasurer.
get paid more.
I request
no,
to be
I
your
would never
treasurer,
let
please.
you touch my
Make more,
treasures.
spend more,
Waste the
baby.
money.
You are never going to touch the treasures.
No,
I've seen how
no.
you spend money.
Ah.
Don't make him the
no,
the
he's
CFO.
not allowed.
Royal spy master or something. No.
Something of other.
Fashion
Away-
designer, party planner. Party planner?
Is that what you would like?
A little bit.
Okay. You know what?
Side job.
Okay. We'll plan for all the parties.
Perfect.
Ooh, I
that
get
means
to
I get to
do-
decide everything that you wear from now on. Combat boots.
So, to give a little direction,
Yeah.
that's upcoming here. So, in 1 to 2 days, High Inquisitor Seraph Thrin will be arriving with General Valtar Blackheart and the standing Stravian army.
Uh-huh.
So things are gonna get mixed up really, really quickly. Then that's not already.
And we can't stop
Uh,
them from coming. It's just a matter of
You cannot
They're
stop
arriving
them
with
from
an
coming,
army.
but you can prepare ahead of time. And Ysold has advised basically like this is kind of a really weird. With that would if that was just happening, and Virelia had lived, then you guys could pretty much continue as normal. With that being the big thing that's happening. With Virelia passing, that basically, and what Ysold's recommending is like, there's blood in the water right now. House Skorn has never been weaker because House Skorn has always had Virelia as its leader. So untested, not even unveiled, matriarch of House Skorn is now its head and Countess of Slavoka. So basically, people are going to be coming for you. That's not already happening. So, and he's essentially what's going to have to happen is he's recommending is you guys have to gather your forces and hold up in the manor.
Yeah.
As like you kind of have to like lay siege lines essentially. Like it's not it would be like a really big shakeup, but it would almost not be unheard of if Blackheart just came here with their armies and stormed the manor and killed you, and then be like, strength of might, We rule Slavoka now.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
That would be like a little faux pas, but not like they wouldn't lose their
Wouldn't be
seat.
crazy.
They wouldn't
Yeah.
lose their seat at court. Like that's it. You as vampires, it is rule of might. So that has to be considered. You do know that you will be required to attend the summit. I mean, not if you want to keep your seat on the court, you'll be required to attend the summit in 2 weeks, essentially, in the Black City. So there will be traveling done to the Black City to do that, should you guys choose to do so. And then, yeah, I mean, maybe even like before we meet next, you guys think about, we're kind of doing like Bastion rules now. Like, you have to gather forces. You need to call your banner. So like, you say like, these are what I want to happen. And you guys can all kind of help as advisors. Like, and yet realistically, I recommend Lenora and Alien should be protected. Like, they should be brought here because it would not be abnormal for her sister to arrive, who Seraph is, and be like, hey, sister, let's examine how faithful you've been to the faceless god and how good of an Inquisition job, and end with Lenora's execution. So be thinking of who you guys have met so far that you think that you either trust or at least trust enough to have to gather essentially to your side over these next coming
So big things are
times.
to bring in Lenora and Elian, like as in now.
We need House
Write a
Eldrith.
yeah, I was going to say write a contract with House Eldrith ASAP.
And gather forces, and like you can pick Karina, you can find someone else, but if you're gathering forces, you need an armorer to do that. So
Is Karina the zombie?
she's the Blood Cloak armorer. She's the
zombie babe?
Zombie.
Oh,
I
I'll gather her.
proposed
I'm kind of
Tragul.
scared. I owe her a favor.
Tragul has quite the
Favor just got upgraded, guys.
I owe her a favor. That's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, shit. She now gets a favor.
In Valeria.
Tragul has quite the sway at the Red Lantern. Grim, knowing just about everything everywhere, including strong people like Marla.
It was not bad to get Grim on
Marla.
that side.
I'll
Blackjack.
gladly go talk to him.
The pit fighters all could be a potential part of this as well.
About Greygoth.
I
Without
trust your
going-
guys'
Good with
insight.
Greygoth.
Without
Who you
going
know.
too far into it, I do have people from my travels that I could try and contact as well.
Yes.
Sweet. And do you believe they'd help protect this house?
Absolutely.
Trust you. Then I trust your word. Everybody that you know, that you have any sort of faith in or trust in, now's the time to collect them.
Yeah. So it's kind of
We
like
need an army.
political stuff, Eldrith, etc., cleric stuff, Lenora, Elian, etc.
I also
I
need
need
to
that
write
stuff that
Grim
you sold
stuff,
me.
the underbelly
I need to know what to mix with
organized,
my
also
Sunlit Path
write a
stuff,
letter.
underground, trying to sway more to our side. And the only other major political faction within the city are the Order of Bone.
I was
Which
just going to say Order of Bone.
I like Luma. But
she wasn't too mad
just-
at me after I
yeah.
stuck my nose up to her. Maybe I can talk to her again.
Navira was the
Navira, didn't leave on bad terms with you.
Luma
I was
was,
like, she
Luma
didn't
was the
leave-
tabaxi.
No, I know. Luma
yeah.
was your tabaxi friend who
Mhm.
actually really liked you.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen you many times. And she came to us, and when I was talking with her, I wasn't sure if she'd like my responses, but she actually
She responded
was
to
okay with
strength,
them.
right?
She respected to it as a, if you got, like later down the line, contact me, like type of thing. So she actually left on good
She
terms.
comes from a house too. Which house is it? Fail.
Ooh,
Navira?
Navira.
No, she's a Duskray. She's not a vampire. She's a human.
Wasn't she? Okay, she's not part of a house of any kind or any. All right.
And Nyx had the insight check that Luma hates Navira.
Right.
Mhm.
She hates working for Navira.
Yeah.
Speezy.
Yeah.
Just pluck her.
So maybe that can be in my court a bit.
So I need to write a letter to a king to keep him from destroying this entire area.
Do you want to write it in the next minute? I can give you guidance.
Can guidance work over
He
time?
can even help you with the
please?
calligraphy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
All of it.
I could write and
One-stop
through
shop.
your words.
You can dictate to him.
Technically, I could actually, yeah.
I just need to go do this mole thing first, but I'm going to be back.
Well, this needs to go out ASAP, but yes.
Okay, well, I have maybe, I'm probably already pushing time, honestly, for how long we've been talking about while they're being carted off. But yes.
Well, seems like a good time. And with that, who knows what's going to happen next? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen next.
It's all bastard
It'll be fun.
Oh my god.
I'll try to figure out how to not make it really boring, just like plain Risk now. But we got this. Thanks for watching. Catch us next time. Bye-bye.
Or
Oh,
the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Who
wild.
knows what's gonna happen next?
That was like one of my
Escalated
biggest questions.
quickly.
Like, oh God, like are we never adventuring again?